crashed right into the car. Hey guys, it's Graham here coming with another RC YouTube video, and today I got a long awaited video. I've been meaning to go over my Traxxas 4Tech, but the reason that I haven't is I've actually encountered a lot of problems with this car, and I wanted to wait until I got it all sorted to go over it on camera with you guys. Now, if you guys are new to the channel, this is a Traxxas 4Tech VXL, and I actually bought it second hand for my 1,000 subscriber special. So it looks pretty stock in here. The only thing that's really different back here is I have thicker differential fluid, 5,000 weight, and I have a motor and ESC fan. Up here, I have a hot racing servo saver. I'll go into that later, and I have the hot racing bell crank. So all of that is metal up there. I also have the upgraded 2075 servo, which I'll go into a little later. I think my favorite thing about owning a 4Tech is just the different batteries that you can run. Yes, it is only 3S compatible, but anything with a TRX 4 connector you can plug right in. So these are like the old standard Traxxas connectors on aftermarket batteries. They work fine. Cool thing about this battery thing is you can turn it around to make it even higher. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the only thing that's holding you back from running like 4S is this ESC right here. So if you got a 4S compatible ESC, slap a 4S battery in there and this motor should be able to take it. Drifting is extremely fun with the 4Tech. I have these Yokomo drift competition tires on all of my 4Tech wheels right now, and I absolutely love them. I just picked up a new set for the front. I'm not sure how I like them yet. I just picked up one set, test them out. 15 bucks, not bad. 16 bucks for the Yokomo. If you guys were wondering about my hot racing fan, here is the part number right here. It's the clip-on motor fan. The ESC fan is around that price as well. If you guys are wondering what used drift tires look like, that's a shredded drift tire that cannot be used anymore. And this is a wheel that can also not be used anymore because I didn't just round out the hex, I broke the hex. So that's fun. I don't know if I'm going to be able to dismount this tire because it is on there. So I might just have to junk that. But the thing that sucks is these tires have a lot of meat left on them. That's the reason that I bought these. Now let's get into some of the problems that I've been having with my 4Tech. Thankfully I fixed everything now, but I was having major problems trying to get this car to drive straight. Major. I mean, I had the grip tires on and I would have the TSM all the way down and the steering trim all the way straight, and it would just either go to the left or the right. I did not understand why, because the toe in, toe out was perfect. I didn't know that, oops, sorry, I just tripped. I did not know that there was a little crack. Now, of course, this is metal now, hot racing, but this was all plastic before. There was a little crack on the servo thing, the horn, that moves it back and forth, and it was causing it to go off ever so slightly. So I had to replace the whole bell crank down here with a hot racing, and then I also got the matching servo saver to go with it, because I was having a lot of problems with this servo saver stripping out. I don't know why. It also caused this servo to go out, which I was very, very unhappy about. I ended up getting the Traxxas 2075 Metal Gear servo because I found out that aftermarket servos really will not work in the 4Tech platform. It's just because of the way that the receiver box is on top of the servo, and it just fits like a glove. Of course, Traxxas is a paywall, and they make it so you have to buy a Traxxas servo for this car. Not my favorite thing, but you know, it's fine. So I ended up taking that 2075 servo out of my Stampede, my brush Stampede, since it really didn't need that much torque. And I got an upgraded servo for my Slash, put the one in my Slash, took the existing one that I had out of my Slash, put that in my Stampede, and then put this in the 4Tech. So I did a whole little servo swap roulette. It was so much fun. Now, if you guys have been wondering why I haven't been doing any grip racing, it's because I definitely need a new body first. This was my first time putting on those tires. I was probably going 40, if that. You know, I wasn't even pinned on 2S. And I lost control of it, and it smacked right into a car, and that is the damage that it caused. This body is not made for high-speed runs. It's made for drifting. Ripped my whole light kit out. I used to have lights in it. I don't know if you remember that. But yeah, so I'm gonna use this body strictly for drifting and bashing now, since I don't really care about it. I'll get a nice new body for a Shelf Princess body, and then I'll get a new Fortec hard plastic body to do some speed runs. So stay tuned for that, guys. So if you think that the bell crank and the servo saver is the only problem that the Fortec's gonna have, you're definitely wrong. Another problem that I definitely have when drifting, the VXL model. Now I only drift on 2S because 3S is just, it's so much. You don't need it. You have too much wheel speed that you're actually going slower than on 2S, if that makes sense. Because the car can't grip up to be able to like make the drifts and corners and everything. But the main problem that I've been having is tires coming unglued. It doesn't matter if it's grip tires and I'm just like messing around, or if it's drift tires. Now, let me show you guys. Hold on. Taking you a little off kilter here. Here's my workbench. I'm working on it. This is the type of glue that I use. It's my Friendly Hobbies glue. It's my Hobby Shop's Ultra Cure glue. It's supposed to be great for tires. It does. It works as it should. But for some reason, this Fortec just spits the freaking glue right out. Spits it right out. So that's another problem that I have with the Fortec. Another thing that the Traxxas Fortec 2.0 is like freaking prone for is overheating. Even with an ESC and motor fan combo, this thing still overheats. I don't have my temperature gun out here right now, but when I'm running it, drifting it, or grip racing it, I constantly have to check the temperature of it. And it's always over 110, 120, 130 degrees. I'm sorry if this shot comes out a little crappy. I have to hold my car because I don't like resting it on the antenna. But another problem that I have with the Traxxas Fortec is it's so low, especially on drift tires, that it just scrapes on everything. Everything. Look at this chassis. But it doesn't do anything to it. It doesn't break anything. The only thing that has ever happened from drifting and then catching grip is breaking this wheel. So thankfully nothing inside. The differential is solid on both the front and rear. I love this car, and honestly the problems stop there. There's nothing else that I hate or dislike about this car at all. I mean, the suspension travel is just phenomenal. It feels like an on-road drift car, even though it's not. It's a Fortec, you know. This is made for kind of street bashing, but you can make it into whatever you want. And definitely with some thicker differential fluid in the back, you don't even have to lock the rear differential. It performs like a different car. I think I've been talking too much, guys. What do you say? Should we take it out for a rip? Speaking of dust, guys, I can't believe I forgot to mention this earlier. Another thing that I really don't like about the Fortec is you get rocks and stuff that get stuck in the steering up here, and then you can't turn at all. Here's a small example. You see that rock that got stuck in there? That happens to the drive shaft all the time. You can see that there's rocks in there. It happens to the fans. There gets stuff that gets caught in there and I have to yank it out. These are brand new fans. They already sound like Godzilla. Yeah, but the biggest thing is the rocks getting stuck in here. You guys ready? Some live footage. So this is how I run it on my car. TSM all the way down, steering trim zeroed. get some drifting in, guys. Look at this. Look at how low. We're stuck, guys. Definitely windy out here. The wind affects the vortex so much, it's so funny. Oh, crashed right into the car. I'm gonna make it up this. See, this is the type of stuff that I don't really mind doing with the Nissan body anymore, since it's already messed up. Alright guys, well I think I'm going to wrap up the video right here. My phone's at like 9% right now and my car's a little bit hot, so I'm going to go ahead and just call it. If you did enjoy the video, hit that thumbs up button, hit that sub button, because you know there's going to be plenty more videos like this coming in the future. Stay tuned, guys.